Hello and welcome to ABiQ's The Week That Was, August 21st, 2020. My name is Emil Rademeyer and I'll be your host for this episode. The World Food Programme estimated that 250 million people will suffer from acute hunger by the end of this year as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Central Africa. The World Health Organization announced that an Ebola outbreak in the western part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo has infected at least 100 people, resulting in 43 deaths. Eastern Africa. The Ethiopian Premier has announced the redevelopment of 3 tourist sites. Ethiopia has also launched the construction of 2 solar power projects on a public-private partnership basis. The Kenya Nuclear Electricity Board has announced plans to build a 1 gigawatt nuclear plant near Kipini in the Tana River County at the estimated cost of $5 billion. The final design will see a 4 gigawatt plant developed on a build, operate and transfer model and possibly financed on a PPP basis. Kenya's Nuclear Power and Energy Agency will act as the main developer of the project with the aims of having the plant completed by 2035. 5 government-owned sugar refineries in Kenya will be leased by the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, aimed at improving the competitiveness of the country's sugar sector. Kenya has signed agreements with Vietnam's Houapat Hung Hen Steel Limited to import rolled steel billets. The Mozambique government plans to provide 10 million Mozambicans with access to power by 2024. The South Sudan Central Bank has run out of foreign exchange reserves as oil revenues has declined. Zambia's central bank has cut its main lending rate to 8%. Zimbabwe's central bank announced that it will keep its main lending rate at 35%. Northern Africa. The Algerian government has announced that it will allow its private sector to set up banks, air and sea transport companies for passengers and goods in a bid to reduce government spending. The 2 rival governments in Libya has announced a ceasefire with immediate effect across the country. King Mohammed VI of Morocco said that the country could return to a complete lockdown as COVID-19 cases continue to rise. Sudan announced a tender to import fuel starting with September supplies and will be financed by the new fund created for the purchase and import of basic commodities. Southern Africa. South African banks have given voluntary relief to the value of $31 billion on loans to individuals and companies during the COVID-19 pandemic. Impala Platinum in South Africa announced a 300% increase in annual earnings based on growth metal prices and a weaker currency. Western Africa. MTN in Ivory Coast expects revenue during 2020 to increase by up to 10%. A military coup took place in Mali and the top West African officials met with military leaders to negotiate a return to civilian rule. The Nigerian government announced earlier in the week that international flights in Nigeria will resume on August 29th. Despite financial constraints, the Nigerian Ministry of Finance expects the government to spend a record $33 billion during the 2021 financial year. Senegal's port authorities announced that it plans to remove 2,700 tons of nitroglycerine, the same chemical that caused the Beirut blast. Please join us August 26 for ABiQ's webinar on meeting Africa's power demand. Thank you for watching ABiQ's The Week That Was. I hope to see you back next week. Goodbye.